Yeah, hello, my very good people out there. I remain your humble Mr. Lawrence Chikezi. Yes, I'm not going to say a quick one because this is a serious issue that I want to address because it concerns me as an Igbo man, and it also concerns my very Igbo people where they are all over the world and those back home. And I will use it to tell everyone that I am an Igbo man by blood and by inclination. And I'm a very, very proud Igbo man. I don't discriminate against other tribes. I love people. I love tribes. I love people from different areas. I like to mingle with people with different culture, to learn, to understand. I'm a very flexible gentleman. But when someone steps on Igbos, I feel affected by it. When someone uses the word Igbos, I feel offended. I see myself as a victim of that word. Yes. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that not just a few weeks ago, if I'm right, IBB, General Ibrahim Babangida, published a book. And in that book, it was stated that he said the 1966 military coup that took place was not an Igbo coup. He went further to explain, in details or whatever. And for me, like I've said in previous videos, IBB was not the first, neither was it the last. Would it be the last? A lot of people have said that before. Even those who truly took part in that military coup said it in 1981. There was a book published then in 1981 called Why We Struck. The same book, it was stated there that Igbo's 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup because those who took part of that coup did it for a reason. And a lot of other tribes, people from the western part, mid-belt or whatever, the Hausas, everybody took part. And for a purpose. They did that coup in order to go and release late Chief Obafemi Awolowo from jail in Calabar and to install him as a temporary president of Nigeria or prime minister. So it is not today, but we can all know what that coup led to. It later led to civil war, where my people, not more than over 2 million of my innocent Igbo people, were acquired as a result of a bad name given to Igbo man or Igbo woman and Igbo children. A stigma. They say if you want to buy a dog, you give a dog a bad name. Some people just decide to frame Igbos out of their wickedness or the disease that is in them and not to give Igbos bad name. They spread that rumor across Nigeria. Even before the Civil War started properly, some innocent Igbos were acquired in the north. Over 3,000 people were slaughtered. Were acquired in the northern part of Nigeria or across Nigeria. Yes, this happened. Then what happened after the Civil War? The Nigerians in general, they continued to marginalize Igbos. Igbos were still marginalized to date. Nothing have changed. Now, since IBB happened to be the one that have lightened lighten up the fire, to let it burn. Now the word is which way forward? Which way forward? Now that Igbos have been vindicated by the very one himself, IBB, the evil genius himself, the Maradona of Nigeria, a man who ruled Nigeria for good 8 years as a military head of state. He published that in his own book. Whether he was a deceptive president or not, but he was a young man in Nigerian military when that coup happened. So now, why I'm making this point is because I want to draw a line here because I saw something on the internet, on the social media yesterday. VDM, the young man that called himself the very dark man, said he was in China because some people complained to him that they had some businesses with some people in China who they paid money to, and the people in China were unable to fulfill the other side of their bargain, and they were unable to buy the goods as they requested. But now he said he was in China to go and investigate to see how we can get those people, Well, that's VDM. I'm not against VDM. If VDM have turned to an international bounty hunter, well, that is business. But what drew my attention was the other second boy, the young boy. He calls himself D1. Yes, you all know D1, the other boy who has always been at the neck of VDM. I have nothing against him too. Whatever he has to do with VDM, that is his business. But one thing I want to address was the video he made where he was addressing my Igbo people. Addressing my Igbo people in China, telling them that they should be careful of VDM. The question I will have to ask, why would D1 single out Igbos? Was he suggesting that Igbos in China are criminals? If VDM is coming to China to come and investigate people, why would you single-handedly point at Igbos? Are Igbos the only tribe in China that does business? Don't they have other Nigerians in China that does other businesses? Yes, that is my concern. For me, I feel very slighted for such a young boy to still have that stigma in his mind that Igbos are criminals. Why would you call Igbos? Why did you just say Nigerians in China should be careful of VDM? Why would, even if he meant well, let me just, probably he meant well. So why would he pick on Igbos? These are the things we're talking about. These are young boys whose mind have been polluted by their parents about Igbos. Yet, they don't see anything wrong in Igbo. Igbo man has never come to offend him. But inside him, you could see that inside him, he still had that sentiment about an Igbo man. What gives him the impression that Igbos are criminals in China? Just recently here in US, a very well-known traditional leader was arrested here by FBI for some fraudulent activities that he did. This was a man who is a traditional leader in Nigeria. He came here, was picked up and arrested by the FBI for some fraudulent activities that he committed. So am I going to come out on the social media and begin to say, because that man is from a particular tribe, that I say, you people from this tribe, be careful because of the offense the man committed? I think D1 should be very careful the way he goes about what he says. If he is after VDM, that is his business. I'm not in their capacity, whatever they call themselves. I'm not. I think I will use this medium to respectively call on D1 to kindly retract that video. Please. That video is an insult. It's an insult to Igbos in general. Because it's like he's insinuating that Igbos are criminals. That Igbos in China are criminals. That Igbos in China don't do any legitimate business in China. Why would he point out Igbos? Are Igbos the only ones in China? Don't we have other Nigerians in China who does businesses there too? So why would he call Igbos? That's why I feel offended. I feel insulted by that video. So I'm using this medium to call out and D1. For those of you who know him, share it to him. Tell him that I said he should retract that video. That video is not good. You don't come out and be calling Igbos out and say you are telling Igbos to be careful of VDM. He's only suggesting that Igbos are criminals in China. That's just the way I read whatever he was trying to say. He should rather say Nigerians should be careful of VDM. That is what you don't even single out any tribe. Not Yoruba, not Hausa, not Igbo, not even Edo or Benue people. You address Nigerians. If you want to talk to Nigerians, address Nigerians in general and don't single out any tribe. Enough is enough. Enough of this nonsense. Are you people not tired of having hatred on Igbos? Why would such a young boy be making such comments? Sometimes before you do something on social media, be careful of what you put out there. Because what you put on social media goes a long way. People will read different meaning to what you put out there. So, D1, please, with due respect, at least if I'm not your father, at least I can be your elder brother. I mean, your very, very elder brother. I'm addressing you with due respect. Please, retract that video that you made where you were pointing at Igbos. That video is not proper. Redo it, readdress it, call out Nigerians, say Nigerians in China. Please, don't single out any tribe, not even Yoruba, where you come from. Not Edo, not Igbo, not Hausa. Address Nigerians, okay? That's how to go about issues. They say, what a boy stands up to see from afar is what an elderly man sits down to see while he's sitting down. I am saying it from a far place while sitting down. So I'm reading that video in a different concept. Please, do, with due respect, withdraw that video, retract it, and do something better. Probably you didn't mean any harm. That I may have in my mind. I probably never meant any harm. But that video was really, really wrong. You don't single out any tribe. Please. D1, I'm calling you out. I'm using this to appeal to you to withdraw that video. It's very offensive. Thank you, and God bless every one of you out there.